Wow. Ooh, the lighting fixed itself. Okay, so I feel like I have absolutely zero idea what I'm doing. I've never gone live on my desktop before, but I thought that that might be easier. It's clearly not. Dude, oh, that mutes everything. Okay, sorry. Okay, so today I am going to be familiarizing myself with the YouTube Live situation, and hopefully I can just snap right into that. Um, and I will deliver my reflection and song for today while we're doing this. The camera's also up there. I can see my eyeballs looking down, and that's a little awkward. Um, okay, so my reflection for today. It's April Fool's Day. Happy April Fool's Day. I think that we can all just check the little box that the biggest prank ever has been pulled on us by the universe and just leave it at that, since none of us can see each other anyways to pull pranks on each other. So well done, universe. Your prank has been pulled. Um, okay, let me gather my thoughts. All right, so there is a show that Netflix is pushing lately called Lock and Key. It's very good. Um, I wouldn't say it's a kid show, um, but it's a really good show to watch with your spouse if you're quarantined and you have nothing else to do, or you're just looking for a good, kind of creepy, mysterious show to watch. It's based off of a what do they call those things? A graphic novel. I didn't know it was a book before they made the show, but the show is excellent. The point of the show is there is this mansion called Key House, and in the house there are these magical keys. There's a bunch of them. I'm not sure how many there are, but they each have a different thing that they do when you use them, when you know how to use them. And one of the keys is called the head key. And the key, when it gets in close proximity to a person, a little keyhole shows up on the back of your neck, and you put the key in and you twist it, and it allows you to enter that person's mind, which is very cool. And in the show, everybody's door, the door that you go through to get into your mind, is something different. So, like, one of the girls has a revolving door that goes into a mall, and the little brother, his is a big toy chest, and you open the lid and you climb down a ladder into his, and everybody has a different door that they enter, and then the inside of their head. The ecosystem of that is particular to them. And so I turned to my husband and I said, "What do you think ours would be like?" And he's like thinking about it for a second. And I said, "I would love to be in your head." He said, "Why would you love to be in my head?" I was like, "Well, I mean, aside from like the content that's in it, it will be extremely clean and organized. I would love to be in your head for that reason." And he started laughing. And then he looks at me and he says, "I think yours would be like a messy sock drawer." And I really couldn't argue with that. But we started thinking about this, like what the doors to our minds would look like. And then when we got inside, what would be there. And I've been sitting with that a little bit. I haven't thought like a super long time about it, but it just got me curious, like what I would find there, and like the things that we even hide from ourselves, the things that we don't want to address or deal with. And those things will be there if we just walked into our brains one day. And more than that, I think that if I could see the room that is inside my head, I could better clean it or decorate it, or I don't know, like make it a nice place to be, a place that I would even willingly invite other people to come into. And so we were just kind of joking about that, but I think that is an interesting exercise to think about what the insides of our heads, and consequently then the state of our hearts, what that would look like. It's a fun, imaginative exercise. And since many, many, many of you are home with your kids all day, I think this would be especially fun to do if you have middle school aged kids. Have them draw you what they think their door and the inside of their heads would look like. I think that would be an awesome exercise. I'd be so interested to know. Actually, I'm so interested to know that if you would like to share what you think yours is, or if your kids end up doing that, I would love to see them. I would really, really love to see them. So share those with me if you feel like you'd like to. But so the song that I started thinking about in relation to this is a song written by Joel Houston, who, if I'm not mistaken, is the guy in Newsboys. I meant to look that up and I forgot to. His name is so familiar, but Joel Houston wrote this song called From the Inside Out. And it's really just getting to the heart of the fact that Christ changes us from the inside outwards. And um, since we're all quarantined and we can't go to mass, we have been watching the Ascension Presents YouTube channel on Sunday mornings, and Father Mike Schmidt says Mass. And his homily this past weekend was all about how Jesus entered so fully into his human life that he felt every single emotion that we feel. And this gospel reading where Lazarus dies and he is put in the tomb, Father Mike kind of points out that like Jesus shows up and Martha comes running out at him and she's like, "Hello, why were you not here? You could have done something about this." And then Mary comes out and she says the same thing. And Jesus, knowing full well that in like 15 seconds he is going to raise this man from the dead, allows himself that moment with his friends to mourn death. Maybe not even so much specifically Lazarus's death, but death and how that was never supposed to be a part of God's plan for us. And Jesus mourns that deeply. He weeps over it. Um, and Father Mike invited us all to enter into the broken heart of Jesus. And as we approach Palm Sunday and Holy Week, and as we approach Easter in a very different way than I think we ever have, not being able to celebrate that with our parish families, may we all enter into the broken heart of Jesus and see what that looks like. And so I would like to play for you this song from the Inside Out. I'm just going to put this in. Hold on one second. I'm sorry if that made a really loud popping sound. All right. Here we go. Just move this. And move this. And now I'm all tangled up. Okay. Here we go. From the Inside Out.